What's poppin', mother truckers? I'm the coming attraction, and we back at it like a crack addict with another 2K22 video. If you guys have not already, be sure to hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. You want to say you were here in the first 50K, but as always, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to go chase your dreams today. But let's get into the video. Alright guys, we got a very cool concept in today's video. Have you guys ever wondered what would happen if every NBA team swapped best players? Well, today we're going to find out. To give you an idea how this simulation is going to work, for example, LeBron James would be now in the New York Knicks, while Julius Randle got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. This totally changes the dynamic of a lot of teams. For example, Kawhi Leonard is now on the Celtics. Jason Tatum is on the Clippers. Trae Young is on the Memphis Grizzlies, while Ja Morant is on the Atlanta Hawks. A lot of times in the NBA, the team that you're on affects your whole career. LaMelo Ball is on the Miami Heat, and he's clearly ready for it as he got some new dentures. This is interesting. Donovan Mitchell is on the Sacramento Kings, which means he's teaming up with his look-alike Davion Mitchell. Long story short, we're going to be simulating a few seasons to see how the league would pan out. We're going to go ahead and simulate this first season, though, and I'll get back with you guys at the end. Alright, this is interesting. Giannis Antetokounmpo, who plays for the Philadelphia 76ers, now wins MVP in his first year, going for 30 points and 13 rebounds. Looks like not much has changed there. Making first-team All-NBA is Luka Doncic of the Orlando Magic, James Harden still of the Brooklyn Nets, Giannis of the 76ers, LeBron James of the New York Knicks, and Nikola Jokic of the Brooklyn Nets. So once again, Brooklyn is a super team as they have Nikola Jokic, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. Taking a look at who had the best records in the league, you got the Milwaukee Bucks, the 76ers, and the Los Angeles Clippers all tied for the best record. Trae Young, who was on the Memphis Grizzlies, finished this season averaging almost 30 points a game at 29.3. That was actually ahead of Stephen Curry, who had 28.5 points a game. It's funny because Zach LaVine has been stuck in a shitty situation pretty much his whole entire career, and that doesn't change in this simulation either, as he's in Cleveland. Zion Williamson of the Indiana Pacers finished with 26 points a game and 6.9 defensive rebounds a game. Nice. Damian Lillard still tearing it up with 25 points a game. Ben Simmons leads the league in assists at 9.3. 62% free throw percentage. 2K, I think you're being a little too generous there. LeBron James, who's playing for the shitty New York Knicks, actually still had an amazing season as he had 27 points a game, almost 10 rebounds, and almost 9 assists. That's pretty vintage LeBron. Taking a look at the playoff picture here, I see some unfamiliar faces in the Sacramento Kings, which means that Donovan Mitchell has been handling his business in Sacramento, averaging 25 points a game and basically doing something that De'Aaron Fox still hasn't been able to do, reaching the playoffs. And you got another unfamiliar face here in the Washington Wizards. You guys already know who they got, the babyface assassin, the best point guard of all time, Stephen Curry. So clearly he was able to turn that franchise around. We went ahead and simulated the first round here, and some pretty interesting teams actually advanced. The Phoenix Suns beat the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the Thunder, and he absolutely dominated in this series, as you can see, going for 28 points in game one. And then he had a very solid 16, 7, and 6 here. Devin Booker and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be a dominant duo. Don't at me. The Clippers beat the Memphis Grizzlies, so obviously that means Trae Young isn't doing too well of a job there in Memphis. But the Clippers seem to be doing well as they got Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum had 29 points, Paul George with 27 in game 5, the closeout game, so obviously they're getting along just fine. De'Aaron Fox is a member of the Utah Jazz, and he was actually able to advance them, while Donovan Mitchell, who he traded places with, actually got eliminated in the first round. Taking a look at the Eastern Conference, you got the Philadelphia 76ers, who acquired Giannis Antetokounmpo, who obviously won MVP this year. They advanced, and they're going to be taking on the Boston Celtics, who have Kawhi Leonard on their team now. I think Kawhi Leonard would be able to turn around any organization in the NBA. And going up to the upper part, you got the Milwaukee Bucks, who got Joel Embiid from the Philadelphia 76ers, and then you got the Atlanta Hawks advancing, who ended up trading Trae Young for Ja Morant. That's interesting how that played out. Ja Morant had a comical 40 points and 11 assists in game 3, dude. We went ahead and simulated the next round, and now we're into the conference finals with the LA Clippers with Jason Tatum, and the Utah Jazz with De'Aaron Fox on their team now have actually advanced to the conference finals. And this is crazy on the Eastern Conference side of things. You got the Philadelphia 76ers advancing to the conference finals, obviously, with Giannis Antetokounmpo, but then you got the Atlanta Hawks down here with Ja Morant going crazy, shocking the world. They won in 7 games against Joel Embiid and the Milwaukee Bucks, and as I'm going through the stats, there's honestly no extremely crazy games from Ja Morant. Like right here, he had 11 points and 9 assists, but he just finally has a good team around him. As you see, John Collins had 30 points. It just goes to show what can happen when you get a good point guard surrounded by good assets. Really quickly, let's go ahead and simulate the conference finals and see who makes the finals. All right, well, we got a Clippers versus 76ers matchup right here as Jason Tatum and the LA Clippers sweep the Utah Jazz. This is clearly Jason Tatum's team now as he finished with highest minutes played, highest points, and then he also took the most shots with 25. So he's clearly adjusted quite well to Los Angeles, but you take a look over here, the Philadelphia 76ers and Giannis Antetokounmpo were able to outlast the Atlanta Hawks in 6 games. Ja Morant did all he could with 30 points in Game 6, but it just wasn't enough as Giannis Antetokounmpo had 28 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists, helped out by Tobias Harris, who also had 39 points. It's crazy seeing what happens whenever the best players in the NBA get some new help or any help at all in these new situations. I mean, like, seriously, look at this. Shake Milton had 28 points in Game 1. Imagine if Giannis could get that type of help on the Bucks. He'd had even more championships than he already has. 38, 8, and 9 in Game 3 for Giannis Antetokounmpo. The crazy thing is these are video game numbers, but these are like the real-life numbers he gets. And honestly, the real-life numbers he gets are better a lot of the time. All right, though, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and simulate the finals right here as we have the Clippers and 76ers. Leave a comment down below on who you guys think is going to win the finals, and also leave me your best Yo Mama joke down in the comments. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and simulate this game by game. We'll take a look at the stats between each game. The Clippers win Game 1. Let's view the box score of that. So it looks like Giannis only had 17 points right there. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Paul George had 39 points, 13 rebounds, and Jason Tatum had 24 points and 10 rebounds. Let's go ahead and simulate this next game right here. And oh my goodness, the Clippers go up 2-0. Let's take a look at these stats. Is Giannis getting clamped again? Oh my God. Giannis had 31, 23, and 4. Definitely didn't get clamped that game, but Jason Tatum had 43 points. Holy shit. He's taken accustomed to LA. All right, let's see if the 76ers can get on the board in the win column right here, simulate this game, and they finally do. 76ers get on the win column. Let's see what the stats right here. Jason Tatum had 27 points. Giannis had 27 points, 12 rebounds, and he got some help from Ben Simmons, dude. So basically, 2 of the worst shooters in the NBA are on the same team. I didn't even think about that. Regardless, though, Giannis had 27, 12, and 5, helped out by Ben Simmons with 21, 4, and 12. That's a pretty good duo. They also have Tobias Harris, who threw in 20 points. Let's go ahead and simulate game number 4, though, and then 76ers tie it up. All right, let's go ahead and simulate this game, too. Game 5. Ooh, the 76ers come back from down 2-0. They're now winning 3-2. Take a look at these stats in this one really quick before we get into possibly what's the last game. Oh my goodness, Giannis, 35, 19, and 5. Jeez, man. And Jason Tatum and Paul George still scored, but they definitely got clamped up a little bit more. Only 23 points and 21 points. Jason Tatum shot under 50%, and Paul George shot right at 50%. All right, though, this could be the final game. Let's go ahead and simulate it. And the 76ers and Giannis Antetokounmpo win the championship in this simulation. I'm honestly kind of surprised. Giannis wins finals MVP with 24 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. He deserves it. As you guys can see, definitely by this year in the real-life NBA, Giannis is a fucking monster. It would be interesting to see him on another team, though. I'd really like to see that in the future. All right, though, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to bring it into this video and this simulation as Giannis Antetokounmpo goes to the Philadelphia 76ers and immediately wins another title. If you guys would like to see more videos like this, though, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below on other video ideas that you guys want to see in 2K22. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the channel. Be sure to go chase your dreams today. Fuck what everyone else says about you, bro. Go do you. Go do what's going to get you one step closer to your dreams. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the channel, and thank you so much for stopping by and on the coming attraction.